Donny Schatz will be in Lunstra Motorsports' sprint car tonight at Jackson Motorplex after he wrecked at Ogilvie last night with the World of Outlaws in the big game Motorsports car. And he recently explained exactly how the deal with Lunstra Motorsports came about and exactly why that deal needed to come about and why he won't be in a big game Motorsports car tonight. Roll this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. So if you don't know what happened last night, Schatz was involved in a huge crash in the first lap of the World of Outlaws feature for the Big O Showdown at Ogilvie Raceway in Ogilvie, Minnesota. And that big game Motorsports car that he was in suffered significant damage. We can take a look at it right here. This is not him. This is David Gravel, but you'll see a car very similar to that one kind of showing up here to the left of your screen, and that will be Donny Schatz. And I'm not exactly sure what happens, but it looks like he gets up on the outside of the track and then kind of just starts flipping over.
Baylog leading into corner number one. Car up high and into the wall, upside down big time. And it is Donny Schatz in the number 15.
So really hard to see exactly what happened given the fact that the camera was following the leaders and then obviously quickly panned back to Schatz as he was kind of flipping over. So really hard to see from that angle exactly what happened. But we do get some details as to what happened with that wreck. He spoke with Always Race Day and broke down what happened. He says, something happened in front of me and they all got checked up and I had to check up. And I was on the high racetrack where it was super wet and I ended up biking up. I take full responsibility for it. Who I was around, you kind of have to expect them things to happen. So I put myself in that position and ended the way it did. So that's what he said about the wreck. As far as this deal with Lunstra Motorsports and why it had to come about, he shared a video to his own social media here on X, and he says, when Todd and Cody and all the big game guys presented me the opportunity to run these 7 races, it was really based on the pretenses not tearing stuff up and not having any engine issues. 2 things that really don't happen around me or them, either one. We tore up last night pretty good, so that leaves us to where we won't be in Jackson tonight with the big game 15 shopusage.com car. It needs some frame repair. So thanks to Dave Lunstra, I will be at Jackson tonight racing. I'll be driving the Lunstra Motorsports car with the number 15 on it. It sounds like after that, we just have to take and analyze where it's at. There's no guarantee on anything. See what happens. See if the car can be fixed or not fixed. Appreciate the support. I just guess that's the way the racing world is. When it rains, it pours. So obviously providing some details there on whether or not he will indeed be continuing with Big Game Motorsports. It seems like that we won't know until they get that car to the shop and do some analysis on it and whether or not it can be fixed and repaired to get him back with the World of Outlaws as they continue their schedule kind of through the northern part of the country up there in Minnesota and Wisconsin. He did provide some more details to Always Race Day about how the deal with Lunstra came about as well. He says, I knew when we started at it, we all had an agreement and it was based on not tearing stuff up, and should something happen to the motor, they don't have the stuff to do that. Look, they're doing me a favor, a huge favor, by giving me this opportunity for 7 events, tearing it up. They had to take a step back until they get back in the shop and see there's some stuff that needs repaired. In no way, shape, or form are we going to take any parts out of their trailer, because you know how things can happen. And so obviously kind of reiterating what he said in his own video there. He then talked about the deal and saying, so Dave Lunstra was part of this from the beginning. It was his truck and trailer that we used last night. Obviously, he took the car up there and stuff. So sharing that Dave was the guy who was hauling that Big Game Motorsports car to Ogilvie last night and was kind of part of the deal with Big Game Motorsports. It was helping him out already. And then Donny says, so he was gracious enough to say, hey, man, I've got a car for you tonight. We'll run it. Obviously, they went the extra mile here, putting 15s on it, which is really cool, but it's really not necessary. Great opportunity, and I've been friends with Dave a long time. We'll make the best of tonight and see what happens. And then obviously, a little bit later, earlier this evening, he shared a photo of what the car looks like with the wrap on it with the 15s. Looks really sharp. So if you're looking for Donny Schatz out there tonight, he will be in a black and neon green car with that iconic number 15 up there on the wing. But that is what Donny Schatz had to say. Let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.